The first round of HSL games have been completed. We've just finished the recordings. This podcast is taking place about 3 hours, not even 3, 4 hours after we finished recording. We have the scoreboard right in front of us. I'm joined today by the owner of the HSL, Pleasentplayer. We're going to be discussing our thoughts on the league so far, what we'd like to see changed, and we're just gonna go over all the teams, just discuss them real quick, just spitfire going one after the other. So the burning hot question, Pleasant. Which of the top 3 teams will come out on top?
Ooh. You see, thing is, it honestly, at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter if you're first or second or even third. As long as you are in the top 4, anyone could come out on top. However, I'm not gonna lie. The Snakes, they look pretty good. And obviously the first round, Turtle wasn't there, so I can't see everything for the Zebras. The Ducks, they had great maneuvers, but also you have to keep in mind that Patriot, unfortunately, had his game crash. So, did I think the Ducks do good? Yes, absolutely. Do I think that there was an unfair advantage due to a player crashing? Yes, I do.
Well, keep in mind that a player on the opposite team being kicked out of the match results in you having a lower potential score in your seeking round. Like, they can only get a maximum of 6 points when they're seekers instead of 9. Do you not think it kind of balances itself out?
I wouldn't say it balances itself out. It's more of the it's more leisure way, because instead of having 3 people seek you, you only have 2. So as a hider, I feel like, I don't think they did this, but possibly in different scenarios, hiders get a little sloppy. Actually, I take that back. Captain at the end basically just started running around. Like, it got to a point where, like, they already knew they won no matter what would happen, so they just kind of let it happen. The Ducks, though, they do a good job. I really do like seeing them, especially as they start with seeking and stuff. I like their approaches on going to different builds. But I say, first round, you cannot say who is, like, the good team, because like I said before, one of the teams had a sub player who did amazing, by the way. Like, Apathy.
Oh yeah, Apathy
should be MVP sub.
Honestly, yeah, I'm considering inviting him to apply next year, because he was really, really good.
Oh, 100%.
100%. AO tier as well.
And I think we should invite all sub players to play next.
Exactly. We should invite everyone back. They all did an amazing job.
Yeah, I agree.
Title defenders, the Zebras. They are on the top spot by a matter of 1 point. They won 2 of their 4 rounds. The Ducks and the Snakes both won 4. What does that say about the Zebras?
Actually, I wouldn't say more of what does that say about the Zebras, but more what does it say of the Geckos. Because the Geckos were the only team who actually won 2 rounds compared to getting blown out. Smarties, wow. He is a good player. Seeking wise, I believe he got every single Zebra except for Apathy in the first round. Like, first 1 or 2 minutes, he just got X-Hood and Pugman right there, and it was crazy to see.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see Priska as well, but overall, I think the Zebras, I think they're gonna have a little challenge because they're rusty compared to tryout players.
Oh, definitely.
X-Hood and Pugman haven't played hide and seek league since last year, while everyone else has only played since last Monday. Yeah.
Well, the opposite stands for the turtles. I mean, they went up against the snakes. They lost every single round. And like they said in the interview, they really need to up their hiding game. But on the other end of the scale, they've got their seeking game, which is it was a little rusty against the snakes. I'll give them that, because the snakes, they're slippery, right? You saw them on that rooftop. As soon as someone climbs up,
dude.
You gotta run.
I do want to say this about the turtles. I think the turtles have potential if they really start working on hiding, like they said, because I believe it was the 4th round, Ezzy Looper was hiding in a hole, and the hole went.
Oh yeah, that was
back.
that was a big blunder. That was a really big blunder.
Yeah,
I will give them
blunder,
that.
Because like they were right there on the ladder, like you could see it in 10 seconds. They were already dead. But I think
They just need a bit of warm up, you know. It's the first game. They're still a little.
True.
It's uncharted territory. They need a solid strategy to rely on. They need to communicate as a team. For the next map, I think they're gonna want to start practicing joining adventure maps or whatever and just exploring, so they can get a feel for how to get somewhere quickly. For the next map, Dreamer described it as quite claustrophobic. It wanted to make it as claustrophobic as it could. Do you think that will shake some of the players' confidence?
I don't think so. I don't think that the build itself will shake the confidence. I think the hiding spots will, because at the end of the day, it's all about how you can do good as a hider and a seeker. And if a build is good for seeking but not so good for hiding, then it's more intimidating as a hider to perform well. And before we go off topic of builds or whatever, going back to the turtles, I do want to give a shout out to Tapu, because holy crap, like I believe, I could be wrong, but almost, if not every single kill from the seeking was from Tapu, and I'm like, holy crap. It was really cool to see, especially, you'll even watch in my recording, when Tapu fell down from the sky and one shot Guardian, I went absolutely nuts. I went crazy. I'm like, oh my gosh, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen. And there were so many moments where, like, holy, like, breathtaking moments throughout this week that I was really proud to see.
I agree. I really agree. The turtles are going up against the geckos next week. At the moment, 5 points separate them on the board. I think we're in for a treat that day, you know, honestly, because geckos, they're gonna get Razback on that day, if I'm correct. So we're seeing both teams at like their full potential that they can be at right now. They've got no substitute players. They're completely in their zone. I do want to see if Tapu can hit more trickshot kills on this next map. The viewers will see what I mean when the video comes out. If he hits another trickshot, I'm gonna be a very happy person.
So I'm really thankful for Sherba, because if you actually look at his predictions, he basically got everything right.
That is true.
So I think at the end of the day, if I'm gonna talk about like statistics, I think I'm just gonna trust what Sherba says. But entertainment-wise, even though the scoreboard looks way different, the turtles and the geckos aren't really that different from each other skill-wise. At least I personally think. I do think Smarties and Tapu share a kind of similar MVP role in the team, and I definitely think that Priska is probably gonna rifle some things up for tomorrow or for next week's recording.
Yeah, you can definitely tell during the games. Tapood handles very well under pressure. I do want to see what Priska does, because we have not seen them play yet. We've only seen them during tryouts, and tryouts were chaotic. They were very, very... You're suddenly not playing, then you're playing, then you're waiting half an hour. With a set time, I really want to see how that shakes up their confidence. Because, honestly, if we ignore the zebras and the snakes and all the top dogs, the rivalry between probably the turtles, the pandas, and the geckos is going to be very interesting to watch. Because they're all underdog teams, right? They are at the bottom of the scoreboard, first round of the season. Like, it's not looking good as of now. If they can make a comeback in these next few weeks, that would be amazing to watch, because the geckos, as of right now, they would be able to qualify. Now, their only real job right now is just to defend that position from the pandas and the turtles. So, if the turtles are going up against the geckos, we're basically seeing a qualifying match. Every time we see the fourth place team play, they're at risk of losing the qualifying position. So I definitely feel like we have to watch the fourth place team very, very closely in these next few weeks.
Yeah. I do want to say this specifically about the pandas. I think the first round really gave them this bad image because Patriot disconnected at the end of the first round, and I want people to remember Patriot was the final remaining hider.
Oh yeah.
Like he was doing good as a hider.
He could have taken it all the way.
It was unfortunate what happened.
He could have taken it all the way.
100%. And also, Random took it all the way as well. I believe in round 3, Random survived the whole round.
They just got unlucky.
So, honestly, from a hiding perspective, I think the pandas are some of the best hiders, at least from what we've seen in this first week. And something that actually makes me kind of sad is that we only have 5. We only have 5 games. I would love to see more, because then it lets a loss become less burdening. Because now, the turtles, they already got a loss. They're already in last place. They're already down tons of points, and it can definitely be degrading to see that.
I am very much looking forward to see your theory about the pandas play out. They are playing Mysterious Snakes next week. Now, the snakes, from what I've seen so far, are statistically the best seekers in the league. They wiped out the turtles today. They wiped them out. So if we've got a very good seeking team and a very good hiding team, we're either going to see a ton of points awarded that game or no points awarded. It can really go either way. So that could even potentially knock the snakes off of their path. As of now, they're in 3rd with 30 points. They're 2 points behind the leading team. They've got a cushion of 12 points before dropping down. And the minimum points scored this week, 13. That's enough. They could be at the bottom of the table next week if they're not careful. So that's going to be very interesting to watch. I thank you for pointing that out. That was great.
Something I do want to bring up as well, and I was actually kind of talking about this during the recording, is it better for a team when hiding to stick all together in the same spot, or do you think it's better to go out throughout different parts of the map?
It really depends. I feel like during the initial stages, first round, maybe even second round, it's important to discover as much of the map as possible. I'd stick in the team for the first round, because the Seekers are most definitely going to split up. If you can catch one of the Seekers trying to kill 3 people at once, there's a guarantee 2 of them are getting away. It's guaranteed. And from there, they can split up and do whatever. But in the late stages of the game, they really have to split up. We saw what Azzy did during his final game. Hid in the sewer. Head sticking out. Just kill immediately. If that happens to your entire team, you're sinking down the table. It's not going to go good.
Yeah.
So you really need to strategize during the game as well as beforehand.
I actually do want to emphasize this a lot because, believe it or not, most teams don't really talk after games unless they're friends or whatever. But like, most of the teams, they get on, they have like 30 seconds before the game starts to talk with their team, and then they just go right in. And I think that's what teams really need to work on, is that like communication is and will always be the key to win. That's got to be learned by everyone eventually.
Yeah. I did appreciate after the first round, I had a sneak peek into the Turtle chat. They were communicating, they were talking, they said what they needed to improve. Not gonna give any details because it's their private little chat. But I do have high hopes for them. I hope that they can find their strategy, find what works best, especially with this new map. It's going to shake things up a bit. It's not a traditional HSL style map, if you know what I mean. So that gives the new teams a bit of an advantage. It's not that big, but it's an ever so slight edge that could honestly give them the game if they tried hard enough. Yeah.
Yeah, and I do want to give a shout out to the builders as well, because they've done a great job, especially what you've been doing with all the builds.
Yeah, thank you.
Like they're turning out pretty good so far.
So far, okay, so far. No pressure.
I don't want to be like all the builds are some of the best builds ever created. I'm just saying that, like,
compared to last year, how was the city map?
Oh, 100%. The thing with last year is that we really only had 2 builders.
Oh yeah.
This year we have a little bit more, but builders really get undershadowed when it comes to this.
If I do go into the building info channel, I'm doing hang on, wait. No. I'm doing half of the season maps. The other one is being
a lot of maps.
The other one is being done by B-Day. Well, I helped B-Day, but B-Day did most of the work. And then Dreamer and Integrity. I spent probably about 50 hours one week just building. Because especially with the tryout maps, it took me forever. They're very small, but I didn't want to just make a bland little map. I got some feedback from Tapood after the first game. He said that the improvement of the map, from if you compare the tryout map to the first season map, it was like way better. So I'm really hoping we can continue that streak with the next builds. We can't really change anything now. The maps are complete. Next week we're coming in with Dreamer's map, and after that it's another one of my maps, one that I'm very proud of. The main difference between my building style and Dreamer's building style is Dreamer can make maps look like they're made by Hypixel. Okay, mine look a little bland. I don't want to beat myself up, but it did look just a little basic. But at the end of the day, it's the hiding spots that count. And I do think the players appreciate bland maps for camo skins. For example, like I think 2 or 3 players today had a camo skin on.
Yep. And also, I do want to talk about how that's going to be important in some maps as well.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you've seen this, but when Creative was hiding, I believe, he would just stick next to the building. Oh yeah. I called it the Black Building of Death.
Oh, I called it the
you'll see me call
galvanized
that-
square steel building.
Oh dang, I called it the Black Building of Death, and you'll see me call that a couple times. But yeah, when he was standing or shifting next to that, it was crazy to see because he really did kind of disappear if you didn't look at him for more than a second.
Oh yeah. It's like a gecko. Not a guardian geckos,
Oh shoot, he was like a
but like he's there just crawling on the side of the building. You look at him, you look away, you look back, he's gone somewhere else. Like a chameleon as well.
Whoa.
Camouflage.
Camouflage.
Last year we had no camo players, I don't think. I was really upset.
Yeah, and even this year we don't really have that many camo players.
We don't have that many. But to be fair though, they don't know what the maps are. They don't have any time to prepare. They have like 24 hours. Not even. Sometimes like we're announcing the map for next week the day before, so yeah.
Also, speaking about that, when should we announce the map for tomorrow?
After the recording, I'll take some screenshots.
Okay.
Oh yeah, for the next one, you're gonna want to go into game mode spectator instead of just creative.
Okay.
Yeah, when I said it's claustrophobic, it's claustrophobic. It's still gonna be very easy to record.
I mean, I'll try, but the thing I like most about whatever the heck it's called is that you're able to actually like go to players.
Oh yeah, totally.
I like that.
Yeah, just make sure you can follow.
And also, shout out to the guy who made the plugin in the first place.
Oh yeah, whatever happened to him? Did you get a message from him?
I did not. No.
Oh.
Okay, so for context, I messaged him in like April, and I was like, "Hey, how are things going and whatever?" And he actually responded in late June. He's just like, "Hey, sorry, if you still need me, just let me know." And in fact, I actually messaged him a couple days ago, being like, "Hey, we're starting the HSL, and I got a couple questions," and he has yet to respond. So
yeah, he doesn't get paid for questions.
True.
We should start paying.
But then again, some of the questions could lead to him getting paid.
Oh yeah, that is true though. That is true. And if I want to see some more stuff added to the mod in the future, it's definitely rejoining games when the next round starts.
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
Like what happened with Patriot was really sad. Yeah, a little message to all the players. I know this is coming out way after you guys have played, but restart your computer before you start the game, okay? Like,
Speaking about that, should we tell the viewers like what the actual recording schedule is?
the actual recording schedule, it's
crazy.
jam-packed. You're getting the episodes what? Weekly? They're being recorded every day. Mondays daily. Mondays round 1, Tuesdays round 2, etc. until Friday. And then the playoffs are gonna be on the Monday and Tuesday the week after. And I'm sitting here on my summer vacation just editing the entire time. I really want to get these videos out as soon as we can.
And that I do appreciate, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Because I've also got Black Tree SMP coming up. We're gonna start recording.
Oh, nice.
We're gonna start recording soon, and I want to make sure that I have a clear, like completely clear. If I have all the videos done like a week before Black Tree, that'd be optimal.
Okay.
But the final I can definitely have done by the end of the month, but I don't know how easy it's gonna be.
Then again, the HSL should not be rushed. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
like,
but I wanna like
if you want to finish it soon, it's all up to you. If it comes out in September, it is what it is. But like,
I want it to come out in August. Because it's the way we decided it.
As would I, but I don't want you to go.
If we take a look at my schedule here,
get this done or whatever.
If we take a look at my schedule, I'm start like tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. HSL at it until 12 p.m. where I have lunch. 1 p.m. HSL edit until 5 p.m. Then at 6 p.m. it's HSL recording. And it's like that every single day.
My schedule isn't that lenient. Like, in a couple of minutes, actually 30 minutes, I'm gonna be heading off to play some chess at my local county chess club.
Oh,
and
nice.
like, yeah, it's pretty dope. But back on HSL, little getting a little bit carried
Detour.
off. Yeah, I'm excited to see what the reaction is really gonna be, because at the start, maybe probably the entire season, it's just gonna be like us watching it and the viewers watching it, and most of the viewers are either gonna be the players or like players,
There's friends.
viewers.
Yeah.
But I really want to know if we're gonna attract any new people, because if we can do that, that will get me excited, because this year I would consider a green season. And if you don't know what a green season means, it means that you are doing better than what you did last year. So last year we had 4 teams, now we have 6 teams. I'm hoping next year we can get 8 teams. And then after that, we'll see what happens.
The dream is to make the HSL so big that people can qualify, as to like we can have qualifying stages, you know? Like that would be so dope. It would take a ton of effort, and we'd probably only be able to do it in like 2 years from now at the earliest. But it'd be really, really cool. Like, you know how you've got Eurovision? I know you don't watch Eurovision because you're American, but basically every single country, or most countries, have like a qualifying round, and whoever wins the qualifying gets to represent their country. Like if we did something like that, that'd be great. Like we'd have like a snakes qualifier, the qualifier, and if you do really well in your qualifying thing, you could be yeeted over to a different qualifying league to see if you could do anything there. And we could have friendly game. Like we could employ a ton of people to just do a bunch of friendly games. Maybe we could even get outside collaborations with other event hosting people. Maybe we could even get like a representative team of like some Minecraft server. It'd be great. It'd be amazing. But back to the present.
At the end of the day,
back to the present though.
The thing I want to have for the HSL is get to the point where people like are begging us to join, as opposed to we are begging others to join. Because funny story, the Electric Zebras had a sub this week, and that was a little stressful because Turtle unfortunately couldn't give us a longer notice than we would have hoped, and because of that we had a little bit of tough time, and in fact it actually threw us off schedule a little bit. But
a little bit
to get away from that point,
a little bit, it threw us off by like 30 minutes.
You know, I don't really blame Turtle as much as any others would, because at the end of the day, things come up. Like, my mom were to be like, all right, we're going shopping, then
that's a bit different.
I can try and get out as much as I can, but like, at the end of the day, she's gonna make me go shopping, so
I feel like going shopping is a bit different though, because you can opt out of that. Like, unless it's something that you need, like if you like, okay, so you're starting school, you need clothes, yeah, okay. But like if it's just to the grocery store, you can opt out of that any day of the week.
It's not like too easy, but
it's not too easy.
I guess so.
But like you gotta learn to make like decisions of what you want to sacrifice, you know. I sometimes have to speedrun my dinner for each, like I was eating during the recording.
Jeez.
Yeah. Sometimes I eat during, like, right before stream, and I put my food away and then eat afterwards. And I know, even though my streams don't have that much attention, it's still important to me that I do it, because it brings me joy and stuff. So I'm hoping that the HSL can bring joy to our players and that they enjoy playing it. and they're not just here to win, which, I mean, I don't blame them, but, you know, they gotta have at least some fun with it. Are we done?
Is that all for the
I think we're done.
HSL Week 1 podcast?
Yeah, okay. That's it for this week. We'll see you guys next week after the next rounds have been published on the HSL YouTube channel. Subscribe, like.
Actually, it's going to be posted on the pleasentplayer1230 YouTube channel.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I'll get into it later, but yeah.
Okay. Like and subscribe to pleasentplayer1230, which this video will be hosted on, I hope. And subscribe to me, of course.
No, you can upload this video on your channel.
Sure, okay. Like and subscribe. Me. No, the two other channels I've just... Okay.
Yeah.
Remember to like and subscribe. Yeah. Go check out Pleasant. His channel hosts the main HSL videos. And if you have any suggestions for the series, if you want to weigh in on anything, please let us know. Or if you want to join next year, let us know that you're interested, because that'd be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
And obviously we have a Discord.
Of course,
the HSL Discord.
A link in the description. www. Au revoir.